In a small coastal town, legends spoke of a hidden cove that could only be found by those with a heart full of adventure. Many believed it held treasures left behind by an old pirate crew, but the entrance was guarded by dangers that only the bravest dared to face. Tessa, a young woman with a knack for finding lost things, had grown up hearing these stories. She always believed there was truth to the tales, even if others laughed at her curiosity. One evening, while exploring an old lighthouse by the shore, she discovered a worn, leather-bound journal hidden in a crevice. The journal's pages were filled with sketches and notes about the hidden cove. The final entry read, "For those who seek the cove, follow the tide and the light of the full moon." The cove reveals itself only to those willing to face what lies within. Excited by her discovery, Tessa waited until the next full moon. She set out alone, clutching the journal, and followed the shoreline, watching the moonlight dance over the waves. The night was silent except for the soft sounds of the tide, guiding her like a whispered invitation. As she walked, she noticed a faint, hidden path that led between two large rocks. She knew it hadn't been there before. It was as if the moonlight itself was showing her the way. She stepped forward, her heart pounding with anticipation. The path led her through narrow cliffs and winding steps that descended toward a secluded beach. There, she saw it, the hidden cove, bathed in the glow of the moonlight. It was breathtakingly beautiful, with water so clear that she could see the shimmer of fish beneath the surface. In the center of the cove was an old wooden chest, half buried in sand. Tessa approached cautiously, sensing that this place was both sacred and forbidden. She knelt by the chest and brushed the sand off, revealing intricate carvings of sea creatures and symbols she didn't recognize. Taking a deep breath, she lifted the lid. Inside, she found artifacts from long ago: coins, maps, trinkets, and a small glass bottle containing a faded piece of parchment. Unrolling the parchment, she discovered a map unlike any she had seen, with markings that seemed to move like the ocean's currents. As she studied the map, the ground beneath her shifted slightly, and she felt the cove's energy grow stronger, as though it was alive and watching her. She looked around, her senses heightened, and saw shadows forming along the cliff walls, shadows that began to take shape. The shadows turned into figures, ghostly apparitions of the pirate crew who had hidden the treasure. They were silent, their faces a mixture of sorrow and warning, their eyes fixed on Tessa as though waiting for her next move. "Who are you?" she whispered, her voice trembling. One figure stepped forward, his form hazy and transparent. He pointed to the bottle in her hand and spoke, his voice like the sound of waves crashing on rocks. "We are those who lost everything to keep this secret. The cove demands respect, and only the worthy may leave unscathed." Tessa held the bottle tightly, unsure whether she should keep it or return it to the chest. "What must I do to be worthy?" she asked. The figure's gaze softened. "The cove holds its secrets dear. Prove your intentions are pure, and it may grant you safe passage. Take only what you need, and leave the rest to the sea." Realizing the gravity of her choice, Tessa placed most of the artifacts back into the chest, keeping only the map and a single coin. She hoped it would be enough to honor their wishes and gain their trust. The ghostly figures watched her in silence, and as she closed the chest, they began to fade, blending back into the shadows of the cliffs. The air felt lighter, and she knew she had passed their test. As dawn approached, she made her way back along the hidden path, clutching the map and coin. She looked back once, seeing the cove slowly disappear as the first light of day touched the shore. She knew she had found something more valuable than treasure. She had earned the respect of the lost souls who guarded the hidden cove. Back in town, Tessa became a quiet legend, known as the one who had been to the cove and returned. She never spoke of what she had seen, but every full moon, she would walk along the shore, remembering the night she had met the guardians of the hidden cove.